Hey there, it's Mark Yegi, and this is one of those videos that I like to make because it's a video that follows on my January 4th video, which is basically making predictions. Okay, I don't really like to call them predictions, but everybody else seems to call them predictions, so I did. I made predictions for 2024, and 4 out of 5 of those have been doing really well. So I wanted to just give a quick update of what I would do with them at this point, and just show you kind of how my thinking is. And you'll see some of them are just crazy. One of them is almost tripled since January 4th, and it's today is February 11th, so it's not even been 6 weeks yet, and we've already got a triple in one, and there's just some crazy stuff going on in the market. So let me show you what we've got going on. Let's start here with ZS. ZS was our first one that we chose, and ZS we said 221.56. And if you look at this chart, you'll see that it's now at 254.93. So it's up about 15% just since that date 6 weeks ago. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a whole year. But it's got a couple of little spots here on the chart where it's got some gaps up. And it's got gaps up like the last gap up was with some good energy. So to me, that little gap up right there, it eventually wants to get filled, but right now it's going up with energy, so I don't think I would touch this stock. You know, we've got our break even now at the 221.56. That's where we put our break even, and so if it doesn't go below that, then we're in the green on this one. So I would stick this one out. All right, the next one is EDU. EDU on January 4th was $73.28, and if you look at that today, that's up 20% at $87.99. So we're up 20% in that one, and this one I wouldn't touch. This one's definitely in a breakout. It's broken out on good volume. This one is, you can even add a little bit more to this one. This one to me looks like it really wants to go. So that's the second one. All right, let's go to the next one, which is NVDA. If you remember what I said on that video, NVDA was at $495.22, and I said it was threatening that 505, breakout point. And I said, well, I'm going to put a target price. I think it'll go to 600 this year. Okay. By the way, on Zscaler, it's 300 as a target, and EDU is 157. So there's still some work to go for those if they get there. But the nice thing is that they're up, and we put our break even at where we bought the stock. NVIDIA is a different story. It went from 495 to 505. Right here on the chart, you can see there was a lot of 505 action right in here, right? You see all that? And then finally it broke out. And that's what happens with these stocks. If you can locate on the chart where the likelihood is that they're going to break out, then you can pick up a pretty good move, and that's what we did with NVIDIA. So you can see it broke out here, and then it started breaking out. Look at all the volume here on the bottom, right? That volume is telling us there is interest from the institutions that are going to drive this higher, and it sure did, from 500 bucks all the way to 721. Now, is the run over? I don't think the run is over. NVIDIA is in what I call a hold period, which lasts about 7 to 8 weeks because it has broken out with such volume from this pivot point. We have a whole video in our program about the hold rule here. We're about 5 or 6 weeks into that. And to me, there's a spot where you take some of your money off the table, if not all of it. And when a stock goes from 500 to 700, you might want to take a little bit off the table, if not all of it. So I'm going to make the call here that I'm going to take the money off the table today on NVIDIA at 721.33, up a pretty good profit. In fact, up 45%. And I'm going to call that a win. Now, if NVIDIA comes back and gives me another buy entry, I'm going to take it. But right now, I'm going to take NVIDIA off the table because I think everybody is piling into NVIDIA, and it's ripe for a correction. So be careful out there. Take some of your chips, if not all your chips, off the table on NVIDIA. Problem with taking all your chips off the table is that you don't know when to get back in. You got to go through that whole decision-making process. But if you at least pull off your investment, right, the amount that you put into it, then you really can't get hurt too much as long as you put a break even at the price that you bought it for the rest of it. All right, so that's NVIDIA. Let's take a look at one of my favorites, and I really didn't know at the beginning of the year that this was probably going to be my favorite, but look at this ridiculous chart, okay? This chart, when we started, SMCI, was 284.26, 284.26. The stock today is up 160%. It's almost a triple at $740. And look at all of the buy volume at the bottom. This is a total personality change for this stock. This has got tons of investors piling in, institutional investors. They're driving the volumes up. This stock is changing personality like crazy, and this stock is on a run. Now, that is a very steep angle for me. That's a very steep angle. So I'm going to make the call that when we're up almost 300% in a stock, it could go up further, and it probably will. But I think it'd be silly not to take some or all of your money off the table. So I'm making the call at $740. We're done with Super Microcomputer until it drops back to a consolidation level where we can find another entry. Because right now, it could go up, and it probably will, like I just said. But I think this is the prudent thing to do, is to take your money off the table with SMCI. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Tesla's the only one of the 5 that I recommended that has not gone up. This one, in fact, has gone down from about 248 bucks. I think it was 248.48, and it's now 193.57. So this stock has declined 60 bucks. And I remember I gave this one as a bonus because I'm in Tesla, so I watch it all the time, and I think the stock is going higher. I just don't know when. But I put out a target price that I think it was going to what? What did I tell you? Like 400 this year. And it still might. And now that's a double. But we've seen with SMCI and NVDA, they can move that quickly. And I do think it's going there sometime this year. It just got a lot of work to do now. But, you know, I'm not saying we're out and down. First of all, I do covered calls. So I've been making money all the way down, you know, basically making $3 to $5 a week in juice. And so I'm offsetting some of that decline, and then I'm able to fortify my position. That's the way I play this with a covered call. A little bit different than the other breakout strategies. But Tesla is definitely down. It's down about, down about 22%. And that's my loser of the 4. The other of the 5, the other 4 are doing really well. So let me make sure I got through all of them. NVIDIA, SMCI, EDU, ZS, and Tesla. Yeah, that's it. So I'm taking 2 off the table. SMCI and NVIDIA, and I'm happy with my 160% in one and 45% in the other one. We've still got a 15% gain in Zscaler and a 20% gain in EDU. This market is still green. It could change any day, but sometimes you just look at some of the angles of ascent on these stocks and you say, you know what? I don't know the tops and I don't know the bottoms, so I'm happy to take the middle 80% or the middle 60% and just take my profit and be happy, and I get back into it later. So I'm happy to report that to you. By the way, I've got a new newsletter coming out called Insider Tips. And if you like what we're doing here, I'm expanding it to be a little bit more than covered calls. I'm actually talking about breakout stocks, like 4 out of the 5 were breakouts on these stocks, and Tesla will hopefully eventually be a breakout, but I didn't say it was. This is a covered call stock for me. I just think they're doing all the right things on a fundamental perspective. But if you like fundamental analysis like I do with Tesla, if you like the technical analysis like I do with the charts that I put up from time to time, I do stocks of the week, stocks of the month, exciting stocks. I do these predictions, which are really just probabilities. And I'm not saying that I get them right all the time. Obviously, you can see with Tesla, I get them wrong. But I believe I'm wrong short term, and I think I'm going to be right long term. So I'm going to say that. If you're interested in insider tips, we have a free version and a paid version. Jump on the free version. You're going to get most of the stuff you see on YouTube for free. By the way, please subscribe to the channel here on this channel. And please hit the like button and the notification bell and comment whenever you can so that I love your comments. I'd love to, if you need a stock analyzed, I'm happy to do it for you. But please do that because it helps other people find it. It helps you find it. If you hit the notification bell, you get notified in your YouTube immediately. But if you subscribe to the Insider Tips newsletter, we'll send you all these videos directly to your inbox so you can look at them as soon as they come in, and you don't have to wait for the notification bell to come in on YouTube. And then we have a paid version that's going to give you some other bells and whistles. But anyway, you should at least get involved in our Insider Tips because we're going to be doing videos like this a lot more. So thank you for being here. I hope you like what we've been doing so far this year. Seems to be a bang up year. And I figured it was going to be a pretty green year, just like last year was pretty green. I think we got another one in store for us with what the Fed's doing. So hang with me and keep watching, and I appreciate your being here. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. By the way, the link for Insider Tips is going to be below. Take care. Bye.